Welcome back, More MMA Talk with your boy Frank. Before I get into this UFC 265 card, I want to get into a little something. Somebody told me that my MMA Talk show or whatever is not professional enough. I need to be more professional. So here you go. Welcome back, More MMA Talk with your boy Frank. Whatever, man. Here we go. UFC 265, man. We're gonna get into this card. You don't hear a lot, and I say I'm super excited. I use that too much. I really overuse that. I gotta draw back on that. I'm like moderately excited for this card. Here's why. So, if you saw my WTF Vision episode, you already know. Like, I'm not a big fan of the interim title for heavyweight. I'm not a big fan of interim titles anyway, but especially when it make absolutely no sense when your champion just fought and wants to fight next month. Like, makes no sense. But I get it. You're pushing Cyril Gain or whatever guy, and you're pushing him because you want him to be next. I get that. But like I said, I feel like they just screwed Black Beast. But to get into it, I think that, I see a lot of people going, I want Black Beast to win, but, like, he has no hope or no shot. Like, this guy just so good, and Black Beast is not going to do nothing. And I'm here to tell you, you might be right. Listen, dude, this dude Cyril is so good. Like, when I first seen him, I was like, this is crazy. And my buddy told me about him, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I saw him do that in this fight. He was light on his feet. He was touching. I'm like, whatever. Then I went back and looked at his other fights, and I was like, oh, shit, this dude's a monster. Like, he's a literal monster. You know what I'm saying? In his debut, he went out there, touching him up, got the submission. Next fight, got the submission. Like, I really haven't seen no... like, I feel like I'm not raving about him enough. Like, I really haven't seen no flaws in him. You know what I'm saying? The Bozzer fight, he couldn't put him out. Like, he really should have put him out, but he just touched his ass. He literally touched him up for 15 minutes. He just bop, leg kick. Like, he was just really whooping his ass. Like, he is a beast. The Rosenstrike fight, that was his first, like, test, you know what I'm saying? And went out there and just outboxed him, outstruck him. Like, he went out there and just like, look, I am better than you, and I'm gonna prove it. And he went out there and proved it. I just feel like this is his toughest test to date with Derrick Lewis, but at the same time, honestly, he may be so good. Like, did you see him out there, like, light on his feet, touching with the leg kick, throwing punches? Like, he's one of the rare heavyweights besides Stipe. I love to see him fight Stipe. Besides Stipe, that he's not looking for one big one. Like, he's throwing 60% at you. Pop, 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 pop. Like, he's not doing what the typical, you would think the heavyweight like Francis would do and just try to find that one kill shot, or Black Beast does and find the one that's gonna put you down. Like, he's just touching up, and if you wanna wrestle, he's strong as hell, he'll wrestle you, you know what I'm saying? Like, he put you down and submit you. Like, whatever, it's literally whatever you want to do. And that his lead leg kick is man, it is amazing. Like, that thing hits you, and he throws it calf sometimes. Like, he'll throw like the low calf kick, but when he's throwing just his regular leg kick, oh man, it looks good. Like, he touched Bowles up with that, Rosenstrike. He's touched some guys up with that. Like, this dude is phenomenal. He's so light on his feet. Like, and he can flick that head kick up there so well. This is a fucking monster. Like, he is a beast. And with Rosenstrike and with who was the other guy? In his debut against Rafael, he showed that if you're gonna go out there and look for that one big punch, you're not gonna hit me with that. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna look to load up, like, I'm gonna touch you with the jab. If I gotta move backwards, I'm gonna throw the hook. He a monster. Like, literally, he almost remind me of a creative fighter, especially with that little tattoo. Like, he almost remind me of a UFC fighter on UFC 2, Undisputed 2 actually. That's my 360 version. Oh, geez, know about that. But it just reminds me of like a creative fighter, man. He was able to go out there and do whatever you want. Like, I don't feel like he should be that quick at heavyweight. Like, he's quick as hell. Like, he can move, man, and I just feel like he is that great. Like, he is, So the people that's like, man, I really want Derrick Lewis to win, but I don't know. I feel where y'all coming from. This dude is great. I don't count the JDS fight. Y'all know I love Junior, but he literally turns his back on people and gets stopped because he's turning his back. And I'm not even going. Whatever. He beat Junior as well, but I don't really count that. But he couldn't put Bowser out. I mean, he doesn't always super load up. So I think Black Beast. I think he's in a good position to where like this guy ain't just gonna come out there and start you one gun, boom. You know what I'm saying? But for Black Beast, I'll get into the Black Beast aspect of it. It's like this. Of course, there's a bias. I want Black Beast to be the champion. I want him to beat Francis. I like Black Beast. I think we all do. But I think that y'all should not be fooled by the fact that, like there's questions about his tank, you know what I'm saying, him against wrestlers. Don't think that means Black Beast is not a Black Beast. Like he can get you, like he got Blaze trying to shoot for the takedown. He can get you shooting for the takedown. He got Volkov on the. He can get you anywhere. Like if you shooting for the takedown, he can get you. If y'all standing straight up, he can get you. So it's like his boxing. He doesn't get enough credit for his hands really being on point, and I think that's because he's got that one shot knockout power, and he looks for that a lot. Derrick Lewis' hands are together. Like his hands are really together. Like DC, I think the way DC got him, it sucked. But at the same time, like that's DC. You already knew what he's gonna kind of go in there and do to Derrick Lewis. But besides that, I mean, Derrick Lewis got a few other L's, but I never seen him just get his ass whooped. Like he was just outclassed by a striker. Excuse me. And I feel like if Gain goes out there and tries to strike with Derrick Lewis, there's a chance that Derrick Lewis can catch him with some stuff and then turn him into a wrestler. And that's the thing. Derrick Lewis' hands are together. So if Derrick Lewis goes out there, he's able to land that two. You know what I'm saying? He starts landing that straight. And even if, that's why I say he needs to throw less on his punches. If he throws them at like 60, 50, I think he'll be fine to go, however many rounds he needs to go. So it's like, if he can come out there and kind of get a good pace and land some stuff, especially in the first round, if he can land early with with some consistency, like he hits him a few times, I think the second round, the game plan will change. I'm thinking that, you know what I'm saying, Cyril will be like, all right, so I could probably strike with him, but there's a chance he puts me out. He landed some stuff. He's throwing some heat. I'm going to try to take him down. You already know what the game is. You already know what's going on with Black Beast. He throwing that thing from the floor. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think Black Beast is not getting enough credit for how good he is. And I think that's because, people like us, it'd be hard for people to see, like, past, like, the funniness of his Instagram and, like, the funniness of his interviews and all that. I think it's hard for them to see past it, but it's like, Derrick Lewis got hands. Like, it ain't just that there's this thing where, they're heavyweights, they all got power. That's not true. Like, everybody don't have that snap, that power, you know what I'm saying? And he's got that power, and he got hands. Like, I'm telling you, if he could just, because this fight's gonna go at whatever pace the Cyril says. So it's like, if he can if they're gonna go slow, and he's gonna go slow, cool. I think he's able to catch him. If they're gonna go a little faster, he's gonna be getting with that outside leg kick. It's gonna force him to move around a little more. I think that's gonna hurt him. But it doesn't mean he can't land. Like he just don't get enough credit. He don't get enough credit for how good his hands are. But that's because he has that knockout power. But I think in this fight, especially in the first round, is gonna be super important. If he can catch him a few times and force him into the clinch or like force him to shoot for takedowns, like Derrick Lewis has, especially in that clinch, like that's another thing Derrick Lewis don't get credit for. His work in the clinch is good. Like when y'all at close quarters like that in that pocket, like deep inside that pocket, he that's why I say his hand's so good, because he will literally stop and he will find what he's looking for. And like I said, it get lost. It get lost in the interviews and all the funny stuff. But Derrick Lewis' hands are good. His hands are together, and I think that there's a way for him to win. That's not just Derrick Lewis got to land that one big punch. Like no, he doesn't. Like eventually he does, but if he can force this guy to do something he doesn't want to do, and get him in close, he will be able to find those punches. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just gonna be just one that just sleep him. It could be, but I'm saying if you get him in that clinch, Derrick Lewis land 2 or 3 strikes, you're gonna be on wobbly legs. Like you know what I'm saying? Out your body, hit you with a few good ones, and we've seen that happen to a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? They go in there and Derrick Lewis start to get on them, and they close that distance. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get close to him or trying to shoot for a takedown. You see him knocked out. You see him sleep. So. Yeah, man, Black Beast, and I'm really curious to see what kind of shape he come in at. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that was a big question with him, like the shape. Because if he gonna come in like super heavy, like he ain't been eating good, it's gonna be rough for him. You know what I'm saying? But if he comes in, how I feel like how he kind of been coming in lately, I think we in for a good fight. Especially when he fought Volkov, I was like, hey, that's what's up. Like he came in and. I mean, of course, he's still heavyweight. He's still a huge man, but he was in good shape. Like he was in good enough shape to be out there and fight, and go 5 rounds. That's why when he got that knockout, his punches still had the whiz on them. They were still like, it was like, hey man, he could possibly still finish this fight. But I feel like for Gain, for Cyril, that's the fight he needs to watch. He needs to watch how length was used to control him. I mean, basically, that's all he did. He just used his length to control where Black Beast was, and he kept him on the end of stuff. And it was rough. Like, he tried his best to step in, but Black Beast's footwork it's an issue. And for Cyril, he's got such his footwork's crazy. Like he got such good footwork that if he able to just stay long, land that leg kick, he can take him. You know what I'm saying? 5 rounds, and I think that maybe he'll try to do that. The only knock, it's not a real knock, but it's kind of something you have to say. We ain't seen him fight 5 rounds. And when he fought Bozer in that 3rd round, he was still throwing at a pretty high value. He was breathing out his mouth, but I think that's because he kept that same volume up. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he can beat Derrick Lewis with footwork, touching, beat that leg, work that body. You know what I'm saying? It could be a good fight for him, but at the same time, I do feel like Derrick Lewis is always, you know what I'm saying? He can always close that distance, and he didn't do a really good job against Volkov with it, but I feel like he's been doing a better job with hitting you and like making you stay. If the pocket's here, like I say this all the time, you got to create your own pocket. I feel like he's been doing a good job of creating his own pocket, especially if he's fighting a guy who he doesn't think he's just gonna shoot and take him down. And I heard his coach with the little mustache say that, like, you know what I'm saying, we don't anticipate him to be. We don't have to train for him how we had to train for other guys. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna be striking. So I think that for Black Beast, it's like if you can get him into some striking exchanges, I think you're good. Like if you can make him get close to you, I think you're good, man. I really do. So I don't know. I really don't know there. Like I don't have a prediction. I mean, I think everyone in the world is gonna say Cyril. He's gonna beat him. He's gonna murder him because the way he can beat you is gonna, especially because for it to be Black Beast, who really only has a threat with the hands and not the feet. If he beats him, it's gonna look bad. Like Cyril can make it look real bad. But I don't know. I mean, if you ask me for my prediction, I gotta go Black Beast, though. I'm just keeping it being with you. Like, I gotta go Black Beast. Like, he's the Black Beast. And I think that his key to victory is control the pocket. Like, this guy's gonna be outside trying to throw that leg kick. If you can get into that and get up inside him and see what he does, like, you know what I'm saying? You can land your straight, step in there. I think he's good. He's had a hard time doing that in the past. It's not like he hasn't done it, but he's had a hard time closing that distance against longer fighters, man. He just end up on that back foot, just throwing that straight, but he's throwing it long. But if he can close that distance, land that straight, land that one, I'm telling you, he can change what a guy does. Like, you hit him clean a few times, he'll get you off of him, you know what I'm saying? But his strategy will change if you start to hit him hard. And if his strategy doesn't change, eventually one of those shots he's not gonna be able to take. Like one of the shots will rock him. So I'm taking Black Beast, man. Whatever. But back to Frank being super excited. A fight I am super excited about is Jose Aldo and Pedro Munhoz. So if you watch my videos from before, I was calling for Sean O'Malley to fight Pedro. I'm like, that's the biggest test. Like, if you can beat Pedro, you on a level with them other guys. Like, those other guys, you can be on the same level as them. But unfortunately, we didn't get to see that fight because O'Malley took the Chris fight, and next I looked right up and this fight was already announced. So maybe we get that in the future. But I mean, not if he loses, we get in the future. But I think that'll be a good test for him. But listen, man, Pedro Munhoz. I start with him. Power. Pedro Munhoz has got power, and his guillotine. Forget the power. He got the best guillotine in the division, man. He can find that thing. Like, he's got such a great guillotine. I think although I'm not saying he's gonna be in trouble, but I think you gotta think Aldo's gonna have to think about that a little more. And for Aldo, I know I'm jumping back and forth, but Aldo, man, who's beat Aldo in a 3-round fight? I got you, because I was thinking about that earlier, and I was like, let me go look. And I went and looked. 2 losses to Holloway, 5-rounders. Lost to Volkanovski. That was a 3-rounder, so 1. And then Marlon Moraes, a split decision loss. It's like, and I feel like they kind of screwed him on that. But really, the only guys to beat him lately in 3-round competition are Volkanovski and then the Marlon fight, where I feel like Marlon pushed forward but he didn't land anything. So it's like, all doing 3 rounds is scary. Like, ask Jeremy Stevens. Hey, ask Muikano. Ask Vera, Cheeto Vera. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like 3-round Aldo. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I think that that plays kind of right into what he's trying to do, because he can go at whatever volume he wants to, because it's only 3 rounds. He don't have to hold himself over 5. For this fight though, man, I just throw the damn leg kick. I've been saying this for probably a year now. I have to look back, maybe 2 years. Although, don't throw the leg kick no more. Like, of course, against certain guys, you're not gonna throw it, but I'm like, guys that match up, this is right there, heavy on the leg, waiting for you. He don't throw it. It pisses me off. Like, it pissed me off so bad. Like, he used to have the coldest leg kicks in the game. I'm talking about giving out dead legs. Like, he used to have the coldest leg kicks in the whole game. Like, there was nobody, especially at that smaller weight, there was no one colder than him. Like, I mean, at one point, just period. Like, I ain't gonna say the best ever, because I think that, there was a heavyweight. Oh, gosh, he had a crazy leg kick. His name slipping me. Back in the day, this is kind of when I first got into the game. Somebody told me about him, and I looked him up, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that leg kick's cold. But I had to find him. Damn. But Jose Aldo got the coldest kicks in the game. Like, that's what most people who I feel like came up around the same time I came up would say. Like, if they hadn't seen anything older, they would say these are the best leg kicks ever in history. So it's like, he don't throw the leg kick no more. And I think that he should. I really think he should. I think, especially against Munhoz, throw that leg kick. You know what I'm saying? Change the way he finds range. He's not going to be able to step in and throw that right hand if you kicking that leg. But, and for Munhoz, throw your leg kick. Like, Munhoz got a good leg kick too. I don't think he hasn't been throwing it enough. But, nah, man, I'm super excited for this fight. Like, stylistically, I think that, Munhoz already proved in the Garbrandt fight that he can handle the speed. And I feel like with Aldo, that's a big thing. He's fast. He's fast as hell. And he looks super fast down since he dropped down. It's funny, he used to have a hard time making 45. Like, but now he makes 35 no problem. It's crazy, right? Like, Aldo is so fast. But so is Cody. I told you, I feel like Cody's the fastest in the game. And Munhoz dealt with Cody's power and slept Cody, unfortunately. Like, he dealt with Cody's, not his power, his speed, rather. He dealt with his speed, you know what I'm saying? And he was still in there landing his strike. Like, Cody would land, he would land, and kind of went back and forth. I don't know why Cody had him hurt. And he kind of, Cody, he did the Cody thing. He tried to bang the hell out like a fool. But, Munhoz got a good shell. Good shell up, good wrestling too. You know what I'm saying? I don't anticipate Munhoz going for a takedown. But it is over 3 rounds, so I'm not sure what his strategy is going to be. He put Cody on his back. Cody quickly got up, and then they went to fisticuffs. But I love Munhoz, especially when he gets tight in the pocket. And I bring this up a lot too, because a lot of guys don't, and it frustrates me. He stays tight, his eyes is here. When him and Cody was hooking, his eyes was here. He could see everything, and Cody's a fast guy, and the fact that he was able to he took some shots from Cody and ate him. I don't think that a guy like Aldo was gonna go out there and knock him out with the hands. Aldo's hands are fast; he's gonna throw them, but I think that this fight, the pace will be controlled by Munhoz. I think Munhoz will kind of have Aldo on that back foot. But here's the thing: it's kind of like the Marlon Moraes fight with Aldo. They did that. Like Marlon did that, and he pushed forward. But I feel like Aldo landed more and should have won the fight. But there's a lane to say that, hey, if you fight Jose, you can just back him up all day. You can back him up; he'll back up, and I think that's true. I think he will back up. But the problem is, what are you gonna do? Because he's so fast, he's so quick that you backing him up. What you gonna do? Because like I said, Marlon did nothing. And for Pedro Munhoz, it's like you can push him backwards, keep pushing him backwards. But if you're not gonna throw or you're not landing, the judges cannot. And it's been some screw ups lately. And I got on here and complained about that, but there's no way they're going to, the way fighting works, there's no way they're going to give him another decision loss based on somebody that just moved forward and didn't do shit. They wouldn't do my boy like that again, would they? I would hope they wouldn't do my boy like that again. But, I don't know, man, I don't know. I think if Munhoz keeps pushing forward and he can land with his power, I think he'll be all right, but I think Aldo just got to let that leg kick loose. And that way he doesn't have to be on the back foot so much. You start throwing that leg kick, you're not going to just be backing up and circling all night. You don't want to fight Munhoz like that. And to Munhoz, to his credit, I don't think he's going to take a back step in there. I think they're going to be right there in each other's face if that's what Aldo wants. You know what I'm saying? I think Munhoz is more confident in his hands. He's got better hands. He's got more power. But, man, that Jose Aldo, and his boxing don't get enough credit too. Y'all remember that body punch he landed on Jeremy Stevens? You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, if he saw you shooting, he would throw that bow. You know what I'm saying? Put that thing from the floor. Listen, man, Jose don't get enough credit, and I think and especially in the GOAT discussion. I was talking about the other day about the Mount Rushmore of the UFC and just guys that don't get enough credit. And for 10 years, who could touch him? Nobody. Over two promotions. There was nobody that could touch him for a while. You know what I'm saying? Chad put up a great effort, but you see what happened to Chad. Well, Chad had too, twice. You know what I'm saying? And Max came on the scene, and hey, Max is Max. Max did the Max thing. You know what I'm saying? And whooped his ass twice, but he got beaten by Jan as well. And Jan's he's that new young bull. You know what I'm saying? He just been beat up by no scrubs or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that he don't get enough credit for his GOAT run, the run he was on. But when he lost to Conor, it's kind of everybody's kind of down on Aldo, but including myself, not after the Aldo fight. After the Holloway fights, I was real down on him, but I think he showed, especially with this drop to 35, there's no reason to be down on me. I'm still me. I'm still Jose Aldo at the end of the day. I might not get the credit and respect from the experts, the media. Is this an experts podcast? I guess it is now. Episode 9. The freaking experts, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people was down on him, but when you hear fighters talk about him, they still talk about him with that same reverence. So I think we should, and I will. I still respect Aldo a lot, and I think that this is in 3 rounds, Aldo can beat you. I feel like this is good for him, and if you're asking me for my prediction, he saw what the kicks did against Jan. He threw those leg kicks against Jan, and Jan changed stances. And, of course, Jan can fight switch. I'm not here to disrespect Jan. But what I will say is, if he forced him to switch stances, he could definitely batter Pedro Munhoz's lead leg. And I just feel like you got to go with it, man. Throw that leg kick. Just throw it. Just give it to him. You know what I'm saying? he used to be the leg kick god. Like, he literally used to be a leg kick god. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, right here, Jose Aldo's destructive leg kicks. Like, he used to be the god of the leg kicks. You know what I'm saying? Just stylistically, it haven't made sense. Like in that second Max fight, I thought he would come out and just beat the shit out of Max Lee leg, and he just didn't. Remember what he did to Uriah? You remember the picture? I think Uriah was on video. I'm actually looking at the video right now. Do you remember that welt on the back of his thigh? What? Jose used to fuck the legs up. Damn, I thought there was some water in here. Look at me, looking foolish. Hold on. Okay, cool. It is water in there. But man, I just want to see. And I can't say Aldo of old. Like I hate when people do that because he ain't like he had no major crazy fall off. But I want to see the Aldo of old throwing the leg kicks like that. That's what I want. I want to see that old style come back. Like, man, he beat Jan leg. I'm telling you, like, y'all go back and watch that fight. And he didn't even get enough credit for. I think he dropped Jan. I just found the video. Yep, had to find it. Boom, drop Jan with that leg kick. Man, he's fast. Man, he's still fast as hell. Man, 35 even faster. Boop. Ooh, I'm taking Aldo, bro. Man, fuck that. I'm taking Jose. Give me Jose Aldo. Give me Jose Aldo by decision. Like I said, he held in 3. Give me Aldo. Give me Aldo. Oh, remember he whooped Jeremy Stevens talking all that shit. But into the Coco main event, I'll just keep rolling forward. Michael Chiesa and Vicente Luque. Hey man, listen, and I'm on record, man. These are two guys that two of my favorite active fighters. Like 2 guys I really love to watch. Like when these guys are fighting, hey, if we doing something, hey, we got to get back to we got to go watch. We got to get somewhere to watch Vicente Luque, and we got to watch Michael Chiesa. Y'all know I'm a big fan of Chiesa, especially at 55. He was so big. He was huge. I couldn't believe he was making that weight. Like Michael Chiesa is a huge man, and I think that the knock on him was gonna be, because this is what I got on here and said when he was gonna fight Neil Magny. Then to me, I was like, he's this big old guy, but he haven't looked that huge. He haven't been that daunting at welterweight. Like, you know, he beat Condit, but Condit's smaller anyway, and he was coming back. Diego Sanchez, he shouldn't be fighting at welterweight. Then he beat RDA, and I was like, okay, some respect. But then when the Neil Magny fight was gonna happen, I was like, Neil huge. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to do Neil how he did RDA or Diego or Condit, because really he just imposed his will on Condit. He was so big, he was huge. But to his credit, man, he went out there against Neil Magny. He did what he wanted. When he wanted it to go to the ground, he went to the ground. Like, he matched big with big, and his hands look more together. But don't, like, hear me correctly. This ain't like the Brian Ortega hands transformation. Like, this ain't like, oh my goodness, who is this? Like, Brian Ortega, you a whole new man. Like, it's nothing like that. But it's like, his hands are coming along. You know what I'm saying? Like, they coming along pretty nicely. I like Michael Chiesa, man. He's a good fighter, but he's rolling right now. He's in his bag. He's rolling right now. But hey, so is Vicente Luque. Like, he's rolling, and Vicente is a big man too. Like, Vicente big for that. Like, I guess we can't say big for that weight because both of them, I guess, look like they should probably be fighting at welterweight. So I won't say big for the weight, but both of them are good size, and I don't feel like Chiesa is just gonna be able to bully him. And unlike Neil Magny, you know, Vicente Luque is strong. Vicente Luque is strong. He's strong as hell, and he's got power. So you're not gonna be able to just close the distance and get in the clinch with him. Like, that ain't gonna happen. Like, everyone who's done that is went out. And then Chiesa, if they're gonna go to war, I gotta take Vicente too, because Vicente been to war. Nico Price twice, countless other guys. Vicente been to war. He been cut, he been hurt, and you got to put him out. Because, like I said, Nico Price fight, that second one, I was like, bruh, this is crazy. Like, this man is literally all about violence. Like, he's with the shits. You know what I'm saying? And for Chiesa, it's like, it's not a disrespect to him, but whenever you, like, seen him in, like, a back and forth stand-up war, you haven't. Because if you did, you'd have seen him go out. You know what I'm saying? He's just not like that with the hands just yet. But just like with Brian Ortega and that crazy transformation, I'm not going to count out that he hasn't flipped that switch. Because if you hear guys that train with him, they say he's been overtraining. He's been looking so nice. Now, of course, y'all train with him. I have to say that. But if he comes in and he flips that switch and he's just like, he really has his hands together, I think that it'll make for an interesting night. But to be honest, we just seen him in, what was the January. So it's like, I mean, Ortega was out damn near 2 years after that Holloway fight. So when he came back, it was like, he'd been gone for a long, and he's young. So it's like, Chiesa is what, I want to say 34. I guess 34 for everybody. 33, about to be 34. Almost. But I don't think his game's just 360. Not 360. That's a whoop. But I don't think his game's 180 or even 110 or 90 with the hands. So I think Vicente just got the advantage there. But I don't know, man. This is one where it's hard to tell you who's gonna win because you don't know. And I say this all the time, but guys who've been in war with their chin, you don't know if Chiesa is gonna be able to hit Vicente with that punch, and then Vicente just, you know what I'm saying, goes out. And I know what everybody's thinking right now. Man, what the hell is MMA Talk with your boy Frank talking about? Because if that was the case, we would have seen that already because he just fought Woodley and Woodley hit him with it and he didn't fold. Well, okay, what I'm saying ain't wrong though. Because listen to me, listen to what I said. It could be the time where his chin is going now. Like, yeah, he took a big one from Woodley. And what if that was the last big one he can take? You know what I'm saying? You never know with a guy until you start to see it too much. So you really just start to see him get touched, and it's like, oh, it's over. BJ Penn's a prime example. BJ used to have a good chin, but then all of a sudden, his chin got to the point where if you touch it a little bit, good shit, that shit glass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping all these wars haven't, you know what I'm saying, ruined his chin. You know what I'm saying? And we just saw him in March against Woodley, and he, like I said, the Woodley fight, man, I love Woodley, and Woodley left it all out there, and Vicente was like, feed me heat. I need more. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if he could take Tyron Woodley's power, then I don't think Chiesa's power gonna be a problem. So I don't know how Chiesa gonna be able to force Vicente to stop just landing combos on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what they've been working on. His team, they sound confident though. Like, if you look at the guys on his team and how they talk about how he been training, like, they seem confident, like very confident that Vicente is just gonna go out there and Chiesa is just gonna go out there and walk through him. So looking at just the Woodley fight, I think it kind of showed you who Vicente truly is. I think a lot of people thought that, yeah, he's that guy, but he against the mid-level competition, because that was my big question as well. Like, you can do all that against middle of the pack guys, top 15, guys, but what happens when you gotta fight a former world champion? What happens when you gotta, is all that violence gonna be there? It was, and his chin held up too. So I think that, for Vicente, this would be a great opportunity to really put himself in that top 5. He's sitting at 6 now, but if he wins this fight, man, if Burns and Edwards ain't gonna fight, did he lose the one? I think he lost. I think Wonder Boy did beat him. I think Wonder Boy got him out of there. Yeah, Wonder Boy did beat him. He beat him on decision. But that's his last loss was Wonder Boy. So I think that if he can go out there and if he can finish Chiesa, if he can put the violence on him and finish him, I don't see why he couldn't say, hey, Leon Edwards, what you want to do? Leon, he's just sitting in a bad position. Everybody doing all this Diaz call out. We're going to call out Diaz, but Diaz ain't about to fight none of you guys. Like, honestly, you would have to do something to excite him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Leon, I think it was a lot of respect. He's like, I'll fight this guy. I need a fight, whatever, let's do it. But I don't think he's going to take a fight with you know what I'm saying, Wonder Boy, like, or even another fight with Leon Edwards. Like, why would I fight you again? We did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think Leon needs to. He didn't get the title shot, and if he waits, I don't know. I don't know how that looks. I don't know how it's gonna look to Dana White and the matchmakers, man. Because if I'm telling you, especially if Chiesa go out there and get a win, you know, Chiesa was calling out Covington when Covington wasn't fighting. So it's like Covington's gonna fight for the belt. Chiesa wins this fight. Leon says, "I'm just gonna wait." I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with giving Chiesa the next shot. Especially if Usman go out there and starch, Usman go out there and do his thing, then shit, Covington's gonna have to fight somebody else. Like, I don't know what Burns is planning on doing, but hey man, we need to. Somebody gotta do something. And Chiesa he's the active guy right now. I think if Vicente wins, I don't think they'll give him a title shot. I don't even think he could even call for one, even if he got a finish. I still think he would have to maybe see Burns coming off that Wonder Boy victory though, man. He could feel like he's sitting pretty too, man. I don't know. And I saw what Burns said about that, and when he was saying like, you know, at first I was like, dang, like I guess he was feeling kind of down. Like y'all really hurt his feelings. Like he was feeling down about like his victory. But then, you know, let me see, I read this quote. I caught myself saying sorry, you know, I'm sorry about how I did it. And then he's like, you know what? Boo me. I don't give a damn. And he's right. Boy, fuck all that. Like, you know, and I said it in my video. I thought Wonder Boy would beat him, but you know, I never thought anyone could do that to Wonder Boy. And you know, I talked about this earlier about how the guys that have that strong wrestling base, they come in, they just take over. They've taken over at 170. So it's like he went out there, he wrestled him up, and if he could do that to Wonder Boy, then Colby Covington would have did it worse, and Usman would have did it worse. So for Wonder Boy, it's like that Wonder Boy title hope. I think that's done, man, because those top three guys will all do you the same way, and I feel like Burns being the lesser to Covington and Usman, maybe Covington being the best at it. I don't know. But with those two guys, even if they're even, if Burns did you like that, hey bro, I'm here to tell you, you fight one of them guys, it's gonna be rough for you. So you know, I saw Burns, you know what I'm saying, being hard on himself. I'm glad he kind of just said screw it, because forget what the fans want to see. Like, I want to see, I think Joe Rogan said it best a few years ago, I want to see a guy solve a puzzle. And if you got to solve a puzzle in a boring way, then solve the puzzle in a boring way. Shit, you solved it, didn't you? That's what it's about. It's about solving a puzzle. So, I think Burns thinks he's sitting pretty as well. But if Chiesa get a finish here, man, I really don't know what's gonna happen at 170. If he get a finish, can he call out Burns, or can he call for the belt winner? I don't know, man. What I would like to see, honestly, is Usman and Covington do their thing, and then Leon Edwards fight next, and then Burns fight the winner of this fight. Like, for me, as a matchmaker from the crib, that's the kind of fight I would want to see. I would want to see Leon go ahead and get his title shot. Like, I don't think we should screw him. You know, I get on here and I'm like critical, I guess, of Leon Edwards, but you know, I just be getting my laughs off and shit. You know, Nate did beat him, but you know, I just be here getting my laughs off. But yeah, man, I think that, you know, for Chiesa, it's driver's seat. For Vicente, it's like passenger seat. He would need to win this fight, and then they might main event him with Wonder Boy again, or maybe he gets Burns. But if Edwards is gonna fight for the belt next, I just don't know. Hopefully Chiesa can get a win and then call out Burns and Edwards, and then make the UFC make a decision. Because then, you say you want to put him with Burns, he fights Burns, and Leon fights for the belt next. Like, I want. Or you say, no, Leon Edwards, you had the eye poll and you had the little money fight with Nate. You're going to fight Chiesa. And he fights Chiesa, and I like that fight. I love to see what's going to happen there. And then Burns fights for the belt again next. But that's hard. Like, no, you know what? I said it right the first time, because Usman already knocked Burns out. Like, I'm not buying that Burns can get a win off Wonder Boy and then fight for the belt again. And I think he was more realistic of, like, I might need 2 fights. So, yeah, it's going to happen how I want it to happen. This is a rare time where MMA Talk with your boy Frank Frank, aka Frank White, aka Black Dana White, where I got the matchmaking right. I know what's gonna happen. I got y'all. Usman and Covington gonna fight. Boom, and then who cares who wins? Doesn't matter unless it's a draw. And then they gotta go again. The division's just held up like this, but they gonna fight. Boom, and then we got Gilbert Burns needs another one, so he's gonna have to fight the winner of this fight, and then Leon Edwards is gonna fight whoever the champion is, and then say Kobe loses. Kobe had to go out there and find a fight. Maybe Wonder Boy. Maybe Masvidal gets this fight he's looking for. But nah, the winner of this fight will be fighting again. Yeah, I got this. I got y'all, bro. I already know what's gonna happen. So, for me, for prediction, honestly, I'm taking Vicente by violence. I mean, it's who he is. It's what he does. Like, that motherfucker is violent, and I think that he started put that violence on Chiesa. I don't know if Chiesa gonna be able to handle it. So. That's my prediction for that fight. Some more good fights on here. Tisha Torres is back. Love Tisha Torres. She fighting Angela Hill. Angela Hill, solid fighter. I don't know enough about Angela Hill, but every time I see her, I'm like, hey, she nice. She's straight. Tisha Torres, you know what she brings, man. I think that she got some of the better hands at strawweight. I mean, some great hands at strawweight, but I think she got some of the better hands. One thing I hate about watching her fight. Sort of similar to, there's a lot of people I hate to watch fight that they throw combinations. Now, there's nothing wrong with throwing combinations, but the combination shouldn't be preloaded into your mind. You just throw the combination no matter what. Like, sit back, find it. If the 1-2 is there, throw the 1-2, but don't go in your mind 1, 2, 3, and then go ha ha ha, and then you miss all 3 punches, and it's like, what the hell was the point of the 1, 2, 3? You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Carolina. I know I'm rough with names, but she's back. Now, literally, this is, and I'm going to talk again. I'm going to do another video because I want to talk about hype jobs and stuff. I'm not saying she was a hype job, but the hype for her was high. It was really, a few years ago, I don't know if y'all remember, Carolina Cove, especially when she beat Rose by split decision. It's a questionable win for her, but the hype was high. It was like, hey, this girl, even though, 1, 2, 3, all these split ass decisions, but the hype for her was high, especially with her being out of Poland, like Joanna, and her being like her background before MMA, and just the prodigy she would have been, especially if she had beat Joanna. She was next. You know what I'm saying? Even when Joanna beat her, Joanna champion, you already know what it is. Even when she beat her, it was like, oh, whatever. Then, she just had a string of losses. Jesus Christ. Gadelia beat her. Yep, she got choked out. That was sad, man. Then she bounced back 2 more decision wins. And then, Andrade slept her. Then Watterson got her. Alexa got her. Yeah, man. Damn, she had 3 losses in a row. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't remember these last 2. I knew she had Andrade and Watterson. I didn't know she lost 2 more times. Oh, that's right. Nah, that was, what card was that? Yep, that was Cejudo and Mirage. Oh yeah, that's when Shevchenko got that Jessica I knockout. But yeah, I think that knockout washed the whole rest of the card out of my mind. Honestly, that's crazy. But nah, man, damn, she's on a down spiral, man. She was 10-0. She's 12-6 now. Damn. I hope she wins. Oh, Jessica Penney. Oh shit. Damn, that's gonna be rough. I like to find out about some of these fights in live time for y'all, because I want y'all to see how I actually feel about it. Because when you sit there and think on a fight for a while, you be lying to yourself, you be changing your mind. Now I'm giving you the real, straight from me. Damn, Pena, she's good, man. Shit, she's good. She's good. I'm still taking Carolina, man. I love triumph and I love redemption. I don't want to see her take 5 L's in a row. I want her to get this win, and then let's build your campaign back up. Go out there, and I know she ain't no finisher, but I like to see her go out there and get a finish, little TKO, and then boom, we can start building that fire back up. She's starting off the main card, so it's a good spot for her. For most people who are not gonna watch the early prelim, she's the first fight of the night. So first fight of the night, let's bring it in. You know what I'm saying? Let's do our thing. I'm gonna put some bread on her. I'm with it. I'm all the way with it. She got me convinced. She ain't even did nothing, but she got me convinced that she can go out there and win. I ain't listen, y'all. I ain't seen nothing from her. Care. I ain't even damn seen her fight. I ain't seen her no training videos of her. I ain't seen nothing. But she ready. Oh yeah, she ready, bro. She ready. Yeah, she ready. She ready, bro. She already ready. So we gonna see her get a dub. Who else on this card? Bobby Green. Y'all know I rock with Bobby Green, man. Streets out there, man. Bobby Green. Is Bobby Green from Houston? Not even California. I don't know why I associated him with Houston. I was like, dang, 2 Houston guys on this card. Then I didn't say that earlier, but they fighting in Houston, man. Give it up for my boy. Give it up for my boy Derrick Lewis, man. He about to put on for the city out there. I hope. But who's he fighting? Raphael. Russian cat, huh? Let's see. Oh no! Oh, this is the dude that knocked out Moicano. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, it's about to be rough for Bobby Green. Oh no, bruh. Yeah, it's gonna be rough for Bobby Green. Bobby Green got. I ain't gonna say he got the best hands in the world, but he got good. He has good enough hands. Oh no, it's this dude. Yeah, it's the dude that knocked out Moicano. Hey man, he might get another knockout, bro. Oh shoot. Yep, it's him. Built like a freaking tank. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. His striking's together. He go first. Boom. Yeah, it's striking together. Oh, it's gonna be rough for Bobby Green out there. That's the main event of the prelim. Okay, Bobby Green, that's a good spot for you. Main event of the prelim. I'm rocking with that. Oh man, my computer's dying. Hey, got a pod. And then Johnny Munhoz Jr. is fighting on this card. I only know who that is because I keep seeing his interviews. Never seen him fight before, but that's the first fight of the night, and I'm rocking with him. I see him on the pro picks a lot. So Johnny Munhoz Jr. He about to get a win. I know it. I don't know who he fighting. Simmons. I don't care. He about to get a win. So yeah, man, that was MMA Talk with your boy Frank, and I'm out.